minutes and let everybody have a chance to get settled in for this very, very relaxed live. I was going to say live knitting and kittens, but today I'm actually working on some crochet. So I just said craft and kittens. Hmm. All right. So I think we have, let's see, what is that? What is that at the very edge there? It makes me wonder, what is that? Um, what is that? Trying to figure out what I'm seeing in my camera. What is that? Is that just I think. Bear with me, everybody. Ah, there we go. I think my camera was literally just catching the edge of the tripod holder. So that's fun. Okay, let's get everything settled. I really do not. You guys, I'm wearing my Friday the 13th um, pajamas. So if you were able to see my last update last week, you probably noticed that I stated I would not be making any videos until around the first of the month. And that was the case. My nephew Dylan came down to spend some of his summer vacation with me. He came down from Arkansas, so I made the decision that we were not going to be worrying about filming. So we just had a good old time, and he and I, um, mhm. Oh goodness, let's not be so grouchy. One of the resident cats is being frustrated with kittens. You guys are going to see the kittens popping in and out. They are running wild and free. So we may have times when all seven of them are on me, as well as any of the resident cats. Or there may be no cats at all, like we have at this very moment. Anyway, so yeah, my nephew came down and he wore me out. I need a vacation now from our vacationing time together. And so I took him home and today I decided that I wanted to make a video for you guys, but I just could not bring myself to um, trying to look fabulous. Not that I ever really look all that fabulous. I just couldn't even find the effort to come out of these pajamas today, guys. You ever have days like that? So, I still wanted to share with you guys and just come on for a little time together since we didn't get to have our stitching hour episode last week. So I figure what I'll do here is um, I'm just gonna work on my project here. And I really think that what I want to do, because summer is just so busy, and I'm beginning to realize more and more that to be a good blogger, podcaster, person in the summer, you probably need to be like super organized. And I am not at all super organized. I am a traditional Sagittarian, fly by the seat of your pants type of girl. But it occurred to me some people may like this, some people may not like this, but at least it would get me working on things, sharing with you guys more consistently, and that is to post more lives of just sitting knitting, in this case, crocheting for the first time in a long time. Well, I did do that tutorial, that little kind of off the cuff tutorial with you guys. Um, but anyways, I think the way that I will structure that is very much like I'm going to structure this one, which is to start off introducing what's going on, catching up, and of course, going over what I'm working on at the time. And then I'm just going to have some peaceful little music playing in the background, letting the kittens run wild and make their cameos, and not really worrying about having to narrate an entire knitting session. So, like I say, I think it'll mostly be unnarrated after the intro. So, if that sounds like something you would enjoy, just having a little catch up and then sitting and working on your items quietly while I'm sitting and working on my items quietly and getting to see whatever kind of shenanigans these little babies are up to, then be looking for that. And I think at least once a week, I will do a traditional video where I show my works in progress, any finishes I've gotten. I have some finishes that I want to share with you guys, but I don't want to do it in these live videos. I want that to be a little more structured. So I posted up some little pictures. I did finish my half and half triangles wrap, and I did finish my Jessie made mini mock neck tank. It is currently blocking. So I will be sharing that with you guys. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I think that sounds good. And as far as what I'm working on right now, I want I wanted something for 4th of July to wear. Um, and I've made one of these before and they're really cute and they are fast because they're crochet. And I'm going to show you guys what it is. It's called well, it's called the Granny Merge Blouse. It is a fairly inexpensive pattern. It is crochet with fingering weight yarn. I'm sure you could play and adjust. $2.25 on Ravelry. And let's see if I can show you that. Whoops. Let's see. It's just kind of a boxy. It does have some size recommendations to kind of, but it's one of those things. It's like you see, it's just very square, but it hangs really cute and pretty. And I think it's going to be a pretty cute little summer top for me to wear over the 4th of July weekend. So, um, yeah, I think it's cute. And like I say, I've made one of these before and they're very easy and quick to work up. So I'll have this done in a few hours and then I'll have it to wear for 4th of July. I might go back in when I am finished the way that this is going to be, as you saw in the pictures. It sits like this. And so you've got your, for my size, I'm going to do the extra small. And so I'm supposed to continue this until I get to like, she has all the inches worked out for you. So you just crochet until you get to a point and then you just join and go in the round, just around the body after that, because you'll join at the corners here to have your armholes and then just work the body. So it's very easy to adjust this to, I would say, any size that you want it to. I don't see why you couldn't. Um, You could take this, you could even cast on a smaller amount of initial stitches and make this for a child. And for the adult sizes, the cast on or the chain up, or however you say that for crochet. Now you would think I've never crocheted before. I started crocheting when I was a teenager, and I've only been knitting for like 12 years or so. I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, you chain up how many ever stitches the pattern calls for, which is the same for all sizes. But as I said, and that would fit anywhere from an extra small because it's just the neck hole, which is quite large. And that's what I was going to say is I'll put it on. It's not actually that large, but it's large enough for, I mean, anybody should be able to get their head through this for sure. Um, but if I want it a little more, I can always go in very easily and pick those stitches up and do a little bit of ribbing just to give it a little more, I don't know, sophistication, possibly. Key cats, key cats. Okay, so Cher, what are you doing, baby? Hi, big girl. You want to come over and see us? Here comes Bogart. Oh, that's my baby. That's my baby Bogey. I love Bogart. He's cute. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. So I'll have that as a finished object to show you guys as well. But yeah, I think I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing here. More kittens are coming. There's some birds outside. I'm sure you can hear them. I put out some cat food for the outdoor feral cats that live in my neighborhood. And the birds are also big fans of the cat food. They're really kind of driving me crazy. I mean, I love all animals, and I know the birds are hungry too, but dang it, I have bird seed out there for them. But they really are crazy about the cat food, which is kind of expensive. You would not think that some little birds could go through so much cat food in such a very short amount of time, but man, they can decimate a bowl of cat food quick. But anyways, it's caught the attention of the babies. It's caught the attention of the baby. Bogart, what are you doing, my little handsome boy? I love this little fellow right here. He's as precious as he can be. So yeah, I'll go quiet. I do have some music on in the background, and I'm not really sure about the volume. This is YouTube music, no copyright, so we don't have to worry about anything. But I'm not sure how loud it is. I didn't want to be obnoxious. Um, but there's really no way for me to know how it's sounding. So this is kind of our pilot episode, so we'll see how that goes. And then if I need to bump us up a notch or two in the future, then I will. I just thought it'd be nice to have just some kind of peaceful music in the background while I'm not talking. So I hope that you got your project, whatever you're working on, and you've got yourself a drink and a cozy blanket. But if you're in an area like me where it's 100 degrees outside, I hope your air conditioner's working good and that you're staying cool because we just had to get our air conditioner fixed again. Whew, and then I can't tell you, I don't know how anybody could make it without an AC for long, not when it's 100 degrees outside. I think our actual temps today are in the upper 90s, but with the heat index, it's like 105, 110. It's just every day looking forward for the next 10 days was just a lot of heat. So, um, Oh, no, don't do that, babies. Oh boy. And this is another reason why I have some more knitting projects that I was going to work on, but I want to finish this shirt first of all. And it's Wednesday and I want to wear it on Saturday. So I didn't want to mess around and put it off to the last minute and then be stressed out about it. But I also, most of my knitting stuff that I've got going right now requires a little more concentration. And these little creatures right here, ooh, they're in a very fun stage of making all the ruckus. They are very hyper, and I have to stop frequently and untangle them from my yarn. We've got Sunny down here. He's shown up. I think you guys can see him. He is just a beautiful, he's one of the long haired gray and whites. I've got four white and gray babies that look like their mom, and they're all short hair except for Sunny. He's got the long hair, and he's just really precious. And uh, all of the babies have been scheduled for their getting fixed and microchipped and their vaccinations and their checkup and all of their good stuff that's going to be happening next Tuesday. So everybody send good thoughts and well wishes to the babies because they're going to go have their surgery. Oh my, I think you're okay, sir. The kitten did not hurt you. Um, Elvis has already been pre-adopted. One of the little local families in my town that I've known for a long time is their daughter came over to look at the kittens and she immediately fell in love with Elvis, which I cannot blame her. If he makes his appearance today, I'll point him out for sure. Any kittens that pop up, I'll tell you who they are. But um, he's the solid gray baby and he's fuzzy like a little teddy bear. He's just adorable. Feel free also, guys, to use the chat function, chat amongst yourselves if you feel like it. I'm kind of trying to look over and capture anything, but if I miss something that you say, please forgive me because, like I say, the primary focus here was to do my introduction and then be quiet. And of course, I have not managed to be quiet yet, but oh, it's Audrey. Hi, Audrey. Hi, girl. Yeah, baby Audrey. Audrey is Bogart's counterpart. She's named after Audrey Hepburn. This is if you are looking for a pattern for a wearable, I think this would be really nice. And I just was being lazy and I did not want to wind up a hank of my linen quill. But I think this would be a really nice, easy pattern um, to use with the linen quill yarn. I think it'd be really a nice uh, choice for that. Also, and I was actually going to do that, but then I thought to myself, no. I was going to use some of my Kobu because I still have a bunch left. And it's glorious for summer stuff. It's so drapey and soft and breathable, but it's a DK weight. And I just did not feel like doing the math to figure out, how many chains I need to start with to size down the pattern because I would definitely need to size down the pattern going from a 1 weight to a 3 weight yarn. And I just didn't feel like doing it. So I had some of this. This is just, I don't remember the brand of this. It was something that I had received in one of my yarn boxes back in the day when I subscribed to Knit Crate, and there was one other, I think it was called Yarn Box. I don't remember. I feel like Knit Crate yarn was all their own brand, and then Yarn Box or whatever it was, Yarn Crate. No, I don't remember. Anyways, they had all different yarns from bunches of different dyers. And that's what this one came from. This was an indie dyed yarn from someone that I don't remember anymore because as you can see, I balled it up and then I don't know what I did with the label. But it's just a superwash hand dyed in this fun limey green, which is one of my favorite colors. I don't know that it's the most flattering color on me. I don't think it looks hideous on me. I do have enough gold in my skin generally to pull off most. I guess according to color stuff, I'm a true neutral. But it is, I just love these wild, wild greens. Speaking of, I said I wasn't going to do this, but I just don't think I can resist. I really want to show you guys something. I did finish something, and the fact that I have it right here next to me, I think, is why I will show it to you. Um, This, oh my gosh, I am in love with this, guys. Oh, I will be doing a full review, not only on this pattern, this is all wadded up because I had it stuffed in my bag, not only on this pattern itself, which is the big cuff hat from Pearl Soho, but on the yarn. Oh my gosh. You guys, you knit this. This pattern's fun to knit, by the way. It is. You start obviously with the cuff and you're knitting in the round, and then you turn it inside out and complete the rest of it. Um, it fits first of all, and this fits me pretty good. I had to make the child size. I'm learning, right? Um, but you fold it over and then you fold it over again. You can adjust that and do it as much as you want. When you have it like this, you have 3 layers of this yarn. And this is the most amazing yarn I've ever used. I love it so much. It is their kid silk mohair, but it's a chunky weight. And I I want every color in this yarn. And when you have that over your ears, it is so thick and so swishy. And I'm in love with it. I cannot wait. And I'm going to definitely order more because I want one of these. This is my favorite hat I've ever made. We have a kitten in our bag. Um, anyway, I don't have any more of this yarn right now. But what I did have that I thought might be kind of similar to test out, which it won't be as hairy and what have you, but it's still soft and good, is the Wonder Fluff from Knit Crate. So I did go on and cast on another one of these hats in the Wonder Crate yarn. So like I say, it's not as fuzzy, but it's a bulky and it's soft. And so I'm just knitting it up the same way that I knit up the first child size. And I did, to be fair, I did see that a lot of people did size down on that hat because the adult is a small medium, I think. I don't remember. Either way, I just went with a child. And I did read that a lot of people were, but I've noticed that I'm sure it's a lot to do with my gauge and my tension, and also the fact that I am just a very small framed person. I'm very short. I have tiny little bones. My hands are wee. My head is apparently we. The I tried to knit the in the all roads hat that I have finished, and I'm working on the mitts because I had to go back. The hat was a little big, and I shrunk it a little bit on purpose, but now it fits very finely. And then the mitts were huge. They were so big. So I had to rip out the first mitt and recast it on in the child size. And now it looks like it's going to be perfect. Um, so yeah, I'm learning what does and does not work for me. Um, in stuff like knit, hats and gloves and stuff like that. I'm just these adult, small, medium adult type sizes. Because you got to think about that. That's not a men's, it's just an adult. It's not a women's or a men's, it's just adult, small, medium was one size, and then the other size was large. Well, obviously, this is fitting like a small man or a medium woman. I should know better. I should know that that's going to be not the right size for me. Anything that's for any man is probably not going to be the right size for me when it comes to like hats and gloves, because my hands are the size of when my nephew was 6, we had the same size hands. So that was my fault. I don't blame the pattern for that. But I will show you guys that when I do like I say, I think tomorrow I'll probably do a little video and show you all of everything that I've completed and give my thoughts on how everything's been turning out. I did obviously cast this on because I know I'll have it done in a day or two. I'm being very mindful that if I do cast something on before I've cast something off, that it has to be something I can knock out in a few days. That's that's the new agreement that I've made with myself. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But I did get even a little yarn haul that I want to share with you guys as well. I did purchase that pattern. I had spoken about it before and that I wanted to do it. But I usually wait until I have cash back in my PayPal account. And then that's what I use to purchase patterns and things like that from Ravelry. And I had some cash back. And so I decided to go on and purchase the Artus shawl, Artus. It is a mosaic shawl. It's beautiful. And I looked through so many gorgeous project pages. Everyone is so creative with their colors, and everything just looked so beautiful and glorious and really, really pretty work from everybody. But ultimately, I just decided that I really loved her original, and I just wanted mine to be like hers. I liked those colors, and she did a great job, and it took a lot of the pressure off of me of having to just try to figure it all out on my own. So I decided to go ahead and just order the exact yarn pack, colors, yarn, everything. You can order her kit from the Woolly Thistle, and I've never ordered anything from them, so that was fun. I got to try a new yarn store for me, and everything went great. I placed my order. We do have a anomaly on our address. Oh, we've got one of our big fat resident cats joining us. Nix has come to stare at birds out the window. Nix is fat. He's so fat. We call him my ride or die. He is, how old is Nix? Nix is going on 13 years old. Him and his sister showed up outside my husband's work one day. back in 2014 as kittens. They were probably about 8 weeks old or so. And he brought them in. It was a yucky day outside. I think it was February. And he got them warm and gave them some food and water. And I was working night shifts at the hospital at that time. So he got home around 3 or 4 o'clock and placed them on myself while I was laying in bed. I just woke up and had little kittens on me, and I was so happy. But Nix is, as soon as we got him fixed as a kitten, he promptly proceeded to then lose all of his fur from the waist down. And we joked and would say he didn't have any pants on. We took him to the vet, and they said sometimes with male kittens, when they get fixed, it will throw off their hormones, their testosterone male hormones, and they can lose their hair just like human males can lose their hair, or females, when their hormones are out of whack. So his recommendation was to put Nix on some testosterone, and we did. And he went from being this precious little creature to being a horrible dictator. He was a very benevolent leader at first. He was so kind and gracious to he's the alpha cat for sure, but he was very kind and gracious to all of his underlings or whatever. But once we gave him testosterone, he became a cruel, evil little dictator, and no one liked that. And we decided we would prefer Nix without pants than to have him be befouled by testosterone. So we took him off of it. And after like 6 months, his fur all grew back on its own anyway. So we were like, yay, he's back to looking extremely handsome again. But over the last year, his hair started falling out. So please don't make fun of Nix. If you see his side, he's bald, and he's just got patchy male pattern, patchy baldness now. His baldness is not evenly distributed, but he's sweet. And when you have as many cats as I have, it's real hard to put a cat on a diet when you have other cats. Ugh. I have to leave out um I have to leave out dry food always for my mama cat because she needs to be able to eat freely. She's still very, very skinny, and they don't think that she's going to put on any weight until she completely stops nursing those kittens. So I cannot tell you how often I have to get on to Nix for eating her food. I will find him. I don't know what the obsession is. All the cats would much rather eat the kitten chow than their own dry food. That is a fact that I've learned. And if it wasn't so much higher calorie and more expensive, I would just let them do it. But they don't need extra calories, and they don't need to be eaten. I already spend a fortune on their food anyways. They won't eat the cheapy food, and they have to have a special food for their tummies or they just puke. So, yuck. Have to buy this sensitive tummy. So they're not getting like junky food. They should just be so happy. And I give them a little bit of wet food every morning. I would I would love to be able to give them all wet food exclusively, but I think I would probably um well, there's no probably about it. I would go into major debt and be in the poorhouse if I tried to feed all of these cats wet food for all their meals. I'm beginning to think I should adjust. I mean, I think it will take me out of frame now. But I mean, who do we really want to see? Do we want to see me? Or do we want to see the kittens? I feel like they're just enough out of frame. They're just running into this window because the birds are out there and they're excited about that. And then sometimes a fly comes up to the window and they really love that. That's super exciting. The other nice thing about this pattern, guys, if you crochet also, is it's really easy. Once you establish the pattern, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to count. You don't have to reassess. You're basically just going to keep going around and around and around until you've reached your measurements as indicated by the pattern. Which I should be getting close. I'll look after I finish this row or this round and see about what I've got. And like I say, it's very inexpensive little pattern, but it's worth it. It's cute and makes a real quick, nice little thumb top. And I think it would be really pretty knit up in some hand dye. So if you have one of those special, although depending on which size you need, you may need more than one skein, but you could do anything with it. You could do multiple colors, kind of go your own way with it because it is just such a simple little pattern. Hey, they said no commercials. They lied to us. This is certainly a commercial. Hank, Elvis. Hi, babies. Hi, Hank. Hi, Elvis. Come over here and see me. Come and see the people. Hi, Hank. Hi, buddy. Come here. Hey, come over here and see us. Come on, buddy. Hank. Hey, can we see you just for a minute and be in love with you just for a minute? Oh, Mama's come up too. Dear little Mama. Hi, pretty lady. Are you okay? I'm so precious. You are. You're a good mama. You're a real good mama, Kiki. There's little baby Cher. Elvis. Elvis, come back. Come here. Oh, hi, Cher. Hi, Cher. You're beautiful. Oh, no. Mama didn't want that. Mama didn't want it right now. You never know what you're going to get out of old Mama. She is kind of getting to the point where she's a little bit over them. which is okay because honestly, they are a bit large for these shenanigans anymore. They don't need to be nursing, but she lets them from time to time. Now, she decides when and where. I'll tell you that. She will no longer be bossed about by them. And as sweet as she is, she's super affectionate. Just telling them, get away from me. She's very affectionate to people. She loves people. Um, she doesn't really care for other cats. So, she doesn't actively like go out and try to fight with my resident cats, or she doesn't really pay them any attention unless they get close to her. And then she lets them know she is not interested in making friends. She growls, and if they keep persisting and getting up on her, she'll swat at them. But she's not aggressive. She doesn't attack or anything, but she is just not interested in making friends. She doesn't want friends. She's a very content kitty on her own. And that is her. When you hear that, you know that's her. And what that is she's laying down on her little spot, and the kittens are testing. They're coming up to see maybe if she might let them nurse, and she's saying no. But she will do it on her own terms. Like I say, she's very interesting. I have no idea how old she is. Like I say, she was a stray cat that showed up on someone's porch, and they reached out to Safe Haven to see if we could help. But she will go into the middle of the room when she wants to attend to her babies, and she goes down to the middle of the room, and she has a particular sound that she makes, and it's not quite a chitter, and it's not quite a meow, but it's a special sound. And as soon as she begins to make that sound, within a half a second of her making that sound, every kitten, no matter where they are in the house, no matter what they're doing, if they're dead asleep, it doesn't matter. As soon as she makes that sound, they all immediately freeze and then rush to wherever she's at. And then she immediately starts to groom them and nurse. And then when she is done, she does not want to be around them anymore. What are you doing, Buddy? You can't do that. You can't do that, Bogart. You have a dumpling butt. A little baby dumpling butt. You're so cute and I love you too much. You're my precious guy. Look at those soulful eyes. He's so beautiful. He's so beautiful. Youch. Yow, he's hurting me badly. Can I have my hand back? Let go. Well, Buddy. Hi. Where's your friends? Where is your baby friends that you need to wrestle with? Huh? Where's all your baby friends? Oh, your belly is so warm. That's a real pink, warm, good belly. Look at those beans. Oh boy. It's just a day in the life of a foster cat mom. A lot of litter. I think that's most of our day is litter. Never cleaned so many litter boxes in my whole life. And thank goodness for those little robots. Ooh. I wish that the off-brand ones were deemed safe. I would have more for sure. They're very expensive, but two of them were donated to me. I've only had to purchase one, so I've done all right. Atlas has joined us. Miss Marilyn is making her appearance. Keep thinking that any minute now they're going to settle in and get ready for a nap. And they usually will. Multiple times a day, I'll have 7 kittens on my lap while I'm knitting or crocheting, which, as far as I'm concerned, shut the blinds, crank down the air conditioner, and have 7 kittens sitting on your lap. Pretend like it's winter and be cozy. Think. Oh, it's my precious little red-headed fellow. Hi, Elvis. Hi, babies. Let me give you all the love in the world. Oh, you're so fuzzy and precious, and I'm loving you. Look at your little self. Oh, you are so good. You are so good. So good. And the pink is so good. Oh, honey, you're precious. Look at how beautiful you are. You're such a good fellow. We got to get everybody ready to get adopted into their forever homes. If anybody's in the Oklahoma area and is interested in adopting one of these precious little creatures, number one, you should know they get lots of attention. So all my foster babies are down for cuddles because we handle them, pet them, and tell them how important and precious they are from the moment they come through the door. And they're just so good. And they really deserve the best. So if you're interested in them, I'm not sure if they're on the site before they get fixed. Like I say, they're going to go get their surgeries done on 7/7 next Tuesday. And then they'll be ready to go. And if you're interested, you can always go onto the Safe Haven website and you can fill out a pre-screen to adopt. And if there's a particular cat that you're interested in adopting, you can actually just do it, put that information on your application and to adopt that particular cat. And if it is available, then they usually schedule a little meet and greet and take it from there. Audrey, you came back to me. I thought I could have done this for a number of years. But we're getting bigger. Where are we at here? Let's see. Getting there, probably. No, a few more rows. I cannot find, and I'm very upset with it. Let me look in here. I don't think it's in a little junk bowl. Man. Got stitch markers, knitting needles, tapestry needles, lip balm, that's important. Little scissors. Just don't have my measuring tape. Oh, I think I need about 4 or 5 more rows, rounds, whatever. Anyway, so it's not imperative to measure right now. We will continue on. No, that's not it. That's not the way, buddy. I don't know if you guys can tell. If you're new to my channel, I foster for Safe Haven. And I got Mama Priscilla, who is the gray and white mama cat that came up earlier, and her 6 little babies, all of which are gray, white, and variations of gray and white. And then we found Hank. And in case y'all didn't notice that he's adopted, he's such a sweet little fellow. And the mama was so darling to him. It is funny when she calls them all near, he's the first one that gets groomed and everything. She just didn't even think twice about whether or not he was her baby or not. She just took him right on in. It's very precious. I love that about cats. I've had a couple of mamas that have done that, and it's so sweet. It's so sweet. Go on in. Listen, people want to take a nap. You're not letting them. Yeah, there you go. Get her grooms. That's what she needs is her ears cleaned, not chewed on. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, pretty girl. You're so beautiful. You're so pretty. You're a beautiful lady. You're a beautiful lady. I love you very much. Hi, Sunny. Oh, there's Bogart. Who are we missing? Shares. Now Sunny's gone again too. So we have Rosie over there though. She was my other mama cat from my last litter, and we ended up adopting her because she is so sweet and she is the most affectionate cat. She loves all cats, and she melted the heart of my rude Torty lady cat. So we had to keep her because my Torty didn't even have, she just didn't like anybody, but she likes Rose. And they nap together and groom each other and love each other. So Hank, did it ever occur to you that maybe when people are asleep, they don't want to wrestle? Did you ever think about that? And look, Elvis, he wants to fight. He wants to play. But you don't want that, do you? No, you want Audrey, who is trying to have a rest. Hi. Did you say hello to me? Hi, buddy. I love you so. I do. You're my angel. You're my baby. You're my precious good friend. That's Bogart. He's so sweet. Oh, Bogey baby. He's my Bogey baby. Oh my. Things are getting out of control. Oh, And if you go, so everyone knows, we let the kittens play. We let them teach each other about what's too rough. And unless things are really, really getting crazy, I leave them be. Much to the dismay of my nephew, who was like, "They're fighting, Aunt Brandy." And I say, "They're okay, they're playing." And he's like, "No, they're trying to kill each other." I was like, "They're not." And he's like, "Well, this one is screaming." And I said, "That's how they teach each other what is too rough." Hey, let's not chew on my leather bit. How about no? How about no? They're really sweet and they're really comforting, but they're really distracting too. So it takes longer to get projects done because I get distracted by look at those beans. Look at those little pink beans. They're so cute. And those warm bellies. Oh, those warm bellies. Those are the best. Those are so good. So good, Hank. Okay. Thank you. Oh, thank you. No, I don't think that's the way. That problem solved itself. Oh my. Oh my. Here, why don't I do it? I think you should maybe mine. Oh my. Hmm. Oh, arms out of socket. What's happening? What's happening? I think it's time for a nap, kittens. I think you've all played very hard and that everything is at the end. It's winding down now. Right. Wee. Yeah, hopefully everybody's had a wonderful showing this paint grooming. Hopefully, I just now noticed that he's really been working on that. Hopefully, he's been very decent about the whole thing. Sorry, it's live kitty cats. You're gonna get live kitty cat shenanigans. He's a good groomer, though. He's a very clean fellow. Bogart is doing a real good job of cleaning his toes. He's really good at it. Oh, Mama made the sound. And I am alone. Mama made the sound and they all went running. Well, maybe they'll all get full bellies and then they'll come back up here and lay down instead of running all around like little crazy feral monsters. I am pretty grateful as I sit here looking out the window and thinking about it that my front window faces west. So I do get the entire first half of the day and a fairly decent little chunk of the afternoon with my house shaded, this window and everything. Because once we get to the point where the sun is far enough west, around like 4 o'clock or so, I have to shut these blinds because it starts to get really, really hot. And it's just so horrible. been having some thoughts. I have some ideas for my Addie King knitting machine. Haven't used it in a long time. I think the last thing I made on it was a snowman for my niece for Christmas. But I was just thinking about it as I was finishing up my mini mock neck tank because the mini mock neck tank is very beautiful. It has some really nice details put in it. But just working with that general tank top, shape, I was thinking to myself that I could probably use my Addie and just make like two panels and seam them up and then add, any details I needed to, ribbing and things like that. That I could probably use that to make some pretty cute little tops. Now I don't know, and I don't even have any to test this theory. I don't know if a worsted weight cotton would really go through that machine or not. If you've had any of those circular knitting machines, then Nix, can you please stop? Stop. Um, you probably know that, you know, as long as you have the yarn that it likes, you've got no worries. But if you don't have the yarn that it likes, you've got all the worries. So I don't know that cotton would lend itself. So I'm not sure how conducive it would be to trying to make summer tanks on there or not. Um, it was just a thought. So I might here in a little while, depending on what's going down and if I'm continuing to feel lazy like this, which is highly likely because I feel like I could use a good 3 or 4 days of just sitting to recuperate. Oh, there's a reason why I had my children young. Oh, God love them. I am just I could I have so much respect for parents, especially these days. I mean, even my kids, my baby is going to turn 24 this year. The oldest is turning 33. But even then, we didn't have near as much. I feel like every year it's just more and more and more things that you have to be mindful of with these kids. There's so much going on, which he doesn't care anything about social media. So that's good. At least his dad doesn't have to really worry about that. But he does like YouTube, and there were a couple of little channels that he put on, and I was like, I don't think that's it for you, sir. So there's just a lot of things to watch out for these days for these parents that I didn't have to worry about as much. Hey, I mean, we had social media with my kids when they were older, but it's a lot. There's a lot to be mindful of. But yeah, I'm tired. He wore me down in the best way. He's very inquisitive, and we could just, I mean, talk for hours. He is highly intelligent, and we had some pretty deep discussions too because he's also very opinionated, which in some ways that's good, but in other ways not so much. So we had to go over all kinds of things like that together about when is it okay to let people know things and when is it better to not even go into things with people. And okay, oh, we got to change our leg position. leg position change. What are you doing, Sonny? You came back? Did you need loving? Did you want it? You're so pretty. You're so handsome. You're just like the lead singer of every emo band. I love your swoopty doo. I love your bangs. They're so stylish. Yeah, they're so stylish. You're a stylish dude. Oh no, that's not it. That's not it, son. That's not the way. I don't know. I'll tell you what, when they do settle down and everybody gets sleepy, it's really hard to stay awake. I'm just saying. I start getting, I've actually been falling asleep while been working on things, just be like, and realize I've dozed off and I'm like, oh, with my knitting needles, especially because you've got all those stitches. I don't know. There must be something inside the mind of a knitter that if you fall asleep knitting, you just have it, your body knows to hold things in such a way that you're not dropping any stitches. Aw, your baby Cher. She's such a pretty girl. Oh, Cher's so beautiful. Or Sunny. All the babies are named after their Sunny. Oh boy, Sunny and Cher, Audrey and Bogart, Elvis and Marilyn, and then our other little guy, redheaded, he was Hank. He has had to be Hank. I saw him from the first minute I knew he was Hank. I just knew it. Oh, Sunny, you're so precious. Oh, I'm getting sleepy. We're going to put everybody to sleep and they're crafting, guys. Everybody's going to fall asleep. It's too cozy. I feel like this would be the right time for me to get up. Oh, it's noon. It's noon in Oklahoma. We're testing the tornado sirens. This is going to go on for a minute, guys. This is what you got to do when you live in when you live in Tornado Alley every noon on Wednesdays. They make sure everything is working appropriately. There's a fly that has gotten in. Oh, nothing worse, sir. Huh. They're very interested in the sky raisins. What's everybody else working on today? You can always put pictures in my community tab. I love seeing people's projects if you like sharing. Should be done any second, guys. Sorry. I'll also kind of be mindful. I think most of the times that I have done live streams, I've done them in like starting, I don't know, after lunch, my time. So I started this pretty early today, but it's just because I wasn't really worried about having to fill the entire time with narration or whatever. So I didn't really figure it mattered since it's more of a craft circle time. Wow, they're really making sure that it's working today. There we go. Okay, that's not it, buddy. Sorry. Sorry, but no. No. No, buddy. That's not it. See, that's something else. Do you see how I'm training them for you guys? So if you need a kitten, you'll know that these ones have been trained to not mess with the yarn too much. They're still learning, but they're getting better every day. I dare say that there's very many other cats that you could never have a ball of yarn just sitting like this. These guys are pretty good. They're learning quick. Not my favorite music, but I will say it does seem like it's helping me to crochet faster. Oh, I wish there wasn't so many copyright stuff. I wish I could find just a really good no copyright playlist that I really, really, really like that doesn't run ads. That would be fun. But have some words. And I can find songs individual, but if I put them together myself into a playlist, they're going to play ads in between, which isn't all that helpful for a live stream. Well, it's one that has words. A little bit words, anyway. Looking pretty good. He's so sweet. He's a good kitty. He's gonna make somebody so happy when he gets adopted. He's an angel. They're all so precious. Hi, Donna. I didn't see you said anything. They're being so sweet today and they're sleeping now, but they've been rowdy this whole time. Every kitten was up here wrestling, and I think they finally got worn down. Mm. Yes, they're just being so sweet today. Said you have to be careful with them because I have fallen asleep multiple times knitting or crocheting, whatever, because there's when they fall asleep on you, they're just so peaceful. It's hard to keep your eyes open. Just, while it is keeping me knitting quick, just a little bit too much but for me. It's I'm recording from my front facing camera on my phone, so um it's mirroring. I'm right-handed. Let's see. I know if I would flip this around and do it from the back camera, it wouldn't do that to you guys. But I figured it's just hard. It's easy for me to glance up and see that it's not gotten knocked out of position, especially with all these kittens when I can see it. Whereas if I flip it the other way, it gets a lot more difficult. That music was just getting to be a bit too much for me. Sorry, guys. I mean, sometimes I like peppy stuff, but that was too peppy for the moment. It was feeling less calming and more chaotic. I think that this music is not put us to sleep. There's just no winning. There's no happy medium here. Sorry. What are you working on, Donna? Oh, a knit top for your daughter. Okay. There you go. I did finish my tank top and it's blocking now. And right now I'm working on a granny merge quick crochet top. I just wanted it for 4th of July. So I can't knit a top that fast, but I can crochet one. And this is a pretty cute little pattern that I've made in the past that you can crochet up in a day or two if you don't have as much time to yarn craft as me. But it's a $2 pattern on Ravelry. I just wanted something mindless and easy. Tomorrow I'll be doing a reel video and I'll be showing all the things that I finished since our last finished video. So I've got a few things to show off. I'm pretty proud of me. I'm pretty proud of myself. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the way it is, isn't it? I have one regret with my tank, but it's not going to stop me from wearing it. Um, I feel like I do better sizing for other people than I do myself. I tend to overestimate, or I don't know. I guess we all kind of see ourselves in the way we think, and then we realize maybe not so much. But I'm pleased with everything so far. I've got some good finishes, and I've got some things that I want to start. Of course, I want to start more stuff, but I'm making myself finish something before I start anything else. So I should have this finished probably today. Well, the regret is I should have made it about an inch longer. It's a cropped, which is great, and it's suitable. I just have to make sure when I wear it, I'm wearing it with something high waisted because I don't like to show my belly. So if I were to wear a regular, like lower waisted pant or something, there would be a gap, and I wouldn't like that. So if I'd have made it an inch longer, I could have worn it with anything, but I'll have to wear it with the high waist, which is fine. Um, Everything else I loved about it though, so and it was my first time making the pattern, so I think the first time with the garment, especially something that's supposed to be fitted and what have you, you kind of learn what to adjust for moving forward. So now I know that I'll want my body to be about an inch longer than her recommended for my size. Let's see. I could I could rip back my um ribbing at the bottom and reknit it, but it's not so much of a deal that I'm really worried about it. It's a fast knit. Um, it works perfect for what I'm gonna mostly be using it for, which will be a layering piece under cardigans and stuff. Anyways, you can't even tell how, you know, it won't be as it won't be as big of a deal anyway. So I'm not worried about it. But moving forward, just so I can use it in multiple ways, I'll knit it an inch longer. But I should have, put it on barber cords and tried it on and made the decision before I did it, but I couldn't be bothered. So I'm sure I'm not the only one who's done that. I'm not sure because well, the yarn composition, it is it doesn't have any wool or anything. It does have cotton and silk, so I'm really, if I were to dry it, I'd probably shrink it a little bit. But um, the thing, if it grows vertically, is that our armpits are going to start to get pretty low. It already has some pretty oversized armpits, such that I will be making sure I wear my little oh, I have these little like sleeveless undershirts. I guess they're called like little bandeau tops, that tube top type things. I have bunches of them to wear underneath oversized tees and sheer things. So I'll be wearing one of those underneath it anyway because it is cut low enough on the armpit where you could see my bra. So if it stretches vertically, that's just gonna be more so, which, like I say, I'm not worried about that anyways. I mostly knitted it to have, I want these to have as layering pieces to wear underneath cardies. I'm at this stage in life where I find that I'm always cold, except for when I'm hot. And I'm thinking sweaters are becoming less appealing to me and cardigans are becoming more appealing because I can be cozy, but then I can whip that bad boy off in a moment's notice if I need to. But I think I'm going to finish off this little shirt, which, like I say, I intend to wear this on Saturday, and I'll probably have this finished today because it's a pretty speedy little garment to crochet up. Here's the I showed the project earlier, but just in case anybody wanted to see, it's called the Granny Merge top. The Granny Merge Blouse by Tara M. Clark on Ravelry. It's a $2.25 pattern. Where am I at? I gotta wait for my. So, like I say, I've made one before. They come out really cute. Um, whoops. Kind of a little side view. And then they're just like a box shape, and then they just drape really nicely with the fingering weight yarn. So there's some different little options, but I can't knit a shirt in a day, but I can crochet one. So this was just a last minute, hey, I want to wear something knit on 4th of July or crochet, whatever, something crafted by me. A me made item. Stretch it out, Bogart. Friend is right behind my head, snoring away. You guys hear all his little funny sounds. He's just sleeping. think 2 more rounds will be plenty. And I'm getting thirsty, and my drink is down at the bottom. So, what I might do is leave you guys here with the kittens for a minute while I go run and grab another drink because I am thirsty. Oh my gosh, I'm run out of yarn. Yee, I only got a little bit left. What was that? It's just an amazing riding down the road. I need to make this a little bit smaller up here because I don't have a whole lot of yarn. We might have to do some color on the bottom. That'd be cute. I've got plenty of yarn with those splashes of green in them. Just let's sip here. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. You guys stay. Oh, that's a beautiful image. Wow. Me squinting up at all that into that lamp. That's gorgeous. So I will leave you guys here for a second while I go run and grab a drink. And you guys can just enjoy looking at these little precious angels snoozing away here. Babies, I'm coming back. Sammy, you stole my chair. What are you doing, baby? Eat. I've never have this going. I'm covered in fuzz. Terrible. Sorry, guys. Sometimes we're not glamorous at all. Most of the time, we are not glamorous at all. Oh, I think I'm just going to do one more round. That way, friend, what is the opposite of what I am wanting out of you, my buddy, my pal? We'll just go down. Oh, Mama's calling. There, Mama has called. It's time to eat again. Boy, she's either really into feeding him today or I'm really uh slow moving. We've done this twice already, I do believe. Friend, don't even think about it. This is not it. Friend, that won't work. This is the exact wrong place. Look, I love you. You know this about me? Know that I love you too much. You're a precious creature. You're a good guy. I love you and I love you and I love you, but I need you to not be on yarn. Give me my yarn. Give me all of my yarn. You're worse than the kittens. You are worse than the kittens, friend. Okay. Guess I'll have a drink of this drink that I went and got. Don't like that? By the way, if you haven't had these and you like sparkling waters, these are my new favorite thing in the world. The San Pellegrino Chow. Gosh, they're glorious. Look, I'm not sponsored. I wish I was. Boy, they're delicious. All right, buddy. I love you, and your biscuit making is always appreciated. But at this very moment, I need you to scooch-a-roo. Scooch it back a little bit. Can you back it up a little bit? That's the opposite of what I'm expressing to you, buddy. That's the opposite of it. Friend, what makes you the way that you are? Do you know? Okay, I'm going to give you this pet, and then I'm going to kiss you, and then I'm going to move you back a wee bit, okay? Okay? Because I love you. I do love you. I just need to be able to do what I'm trying to do here, buddy. Let's step it back right there. There we go. That's more better for me. Okay. You know what I should have got was my knitting bowl. That might have been super duper smart to have grabbed. but I did not. All right. Yeah, buddy, you gonna get off me a little bit. So probably just lay down and be good. Lay down, be comfortable. Let's calm down. Okay? Buddy, buddy, buddy. Friend doesn't understand personal space. He's never understood that. He thinks all space is friend space. Look at that. Elvis wants to love you. Isn't that so precious of him? You guys can all be cozy together now. No, that's not going to work for me. We're not having that at all, Betty. You are way big enough to know better. You're way big enough to know better. You've been with me for years. You know. Chris. Hi, Chris. We just hello. You preloaded? Oh, good. Good, Donna. I've got so much yarn I need to sell. Oh, I have an entire closet just with garbage bags full of yarn that I have got to get rid of. Should be doing that today, but I made an agreement with myself that I was going to give myself the rest of this week. And next week is kind of full up too. I've got a dentist appointment one day, and I've got one day that's going to be extensive driving into Oklahoma City and back twice to drop these kittens off and then to go back and pick them up because they're all getting fixed. But after that, after all that, and this 4th of July holiday, I think we're going to be done with everything until November, if I'm not mistaken. So that will be so wonderful. And I intend to sell a bunch of yarn. I intend to sell a bunch of stuff that I have left over from a bunch of like supplies that I don't use anymore from my previous business. I have a weaving loom. I think it's a 4 heddle weaving loom, Harrison. I need to get that listed and gone because I'm never going to use it. Um, I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of collectible stuff that I don't really need at all anymore. It's just taking up a lot of space and not really concerned with these things that I used to be concerned with. And I'm just ready to kind of move some stuff out and move some cash in. Donna, how's it going with that auction site or whatever that you were talking about? Do you think it's fairly good? I've never sold anything online like that before. I didn't know if I should just go with eBay or what do you think? Hi, can I have this stuff? Thank you. Oh, goodness. Oh goodness. Ow, ow, that was my finger. Wow, that really hurt. That's gonna bleed, Marilyn. You got me good, darling. Ow, ow. Got me, baby. Oh, okay. So after you get that, then you'll be able to get those going. Well, I'm sure you'll update and say how it went, but I'm curious because, like I say, I've got a bunch of stuff I need to sell, and I don't know. Facebook Marketplace is just so hit and miss. I feel like when I try to sell things on there, I'll get a lot of people saying they want things and they don't ever show up. And these days, I feel like every time I accidentally hear the news, there's some horror story of somebody that met somebody on Facebook Marketplace. And I don't know. I haven't decided, but whatever's easily the easiest is what I'm interested in, I suppose. Oh, please. They're not hurting you. They're fine. Calm down, sir. Friend, He's not hurting you now. You're fine. They're just being precious to each other. They're wrestling, but they're not bothering you. They're allowed to be near you, buddy. They could be good friends to you if you'd stop being an old goat. Yeah, I just have to like, but I'm like, well, if I could actually get rid of things, it'd be worth it to pay a little fee, depending on what percentage it is. But I still have stuff that I try to get rid of so many times before when I said, oh, first come, first serve. And then someone will message you, oh, this would be such a blessing to our family. And we can be there tonight to pick it up if you can hold it for. Okay, that's fine. I'll do it. And then they don't show up. And then you message them and you start to feel like you're the annoying one trying to get these people to come take your stuff for free. That's with stuff that's free. I can't even imagine how much worse it'll be for things I'm trying to sell. Like, please have this stuff for no price at all, but actually come and get it. It's hard. It's hard to give things to people. It's hard to also to give people your money. I'm discovering that. We've been needing little odd jobs done, and we'll get quotes and we'll say, okay, yep, that works for us. Go on and do it. And then people just don't want to call you back or show up, or it's kind of crazy. I don't know how these businesses stay in business. My biggest thought with Marketplace was that my local community could just, swing by and grab stuff very easily as opposed to having to ship. But at this point, if it gets me, the best bang for my buck and my time, I'll ship it if need be. I think at this point I can just go for priority mail, and I believe that they provide free priority mail boxes for packing and that they will just come and pick up all right off my porch if I'm not mistaken, which I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. And that sounds easy enough. Oh, that's so frustrating, Donna. Good grief. Yeah, exactly. I guess that's the lesson I'll take your lesson of just don't do anything until they've paid, right? Am I gonna have enough yarn to make it around? I'm starting to wonder. I might not. We're running out of yarn real fast here, guys. Eee, think frugally. But this, if we make it all the way around, this will be a perfect spot to stop and join under our armpits so that we can start going in the round, which is probably the better place because that's going to switch the body from being the solid stitching to where the body switches to the granny. So since we're going to be changing yarn, that's a good spot to do it where we're changing pattern texture as well at the same time. Boy, I don't know. We might not make it. We might not make it, y'all. Here we go. Yarn Chicken Live. Not convinced. If the end was right here, we'd be doing all right, but it's not. We literally have this big solid front panel to get across. I am just not thinking. I don't believe so. I do not believe so. Boo hiss. But let me think here. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. We did get through both sleeves, so that's good. So this would just be the front panel, the first of the front panel. So that might be okay. So let me see. Let me think here. And now. Friend, please remove your claws and your claws from my yarn. No, I don't have any more of this color. This was one of those yarn box subscription things. I don't even know what kind of yarn it is, but it's fine. I don't mind changing colors. I just wanted to, just was hoping I could finish the entire top part with this color and then start the bottom grainy portion with the new color, but I don't think that that's going to be the case here and now. So that is the back actually. So that might be even better. Okay, I gotta think. Gotta think what I want to do. Can I have this, please, and thank you? Excuse me. Let go. And that'll actually, I think, if we couldn't make it all the way back, this will be the place because this is the back and it's not even going to be noticeable. Wonder, let me look at my pattern. Let me look at my pattern. Because if what I might do is just go on and start my granny now, since it's on the back, because it's going to all be granny moving forward. We're going to join under the armpits and just do granny for the rest of the body. So if I'm switching colors right now and I just got to get across this back, I might just go and switch that to the granny. That way all the granny is in the new color yarn and it's cohesive and matching. But I got to verify that with this pattern real quick, how we do this. Okay, let's see. Ow, you're hurting me badly. Oh, yes. That is going the way that I thought it was going. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Because we only have this much yarn left. And we have this whole from that corner to that corner, and that's all double crochet. So we are not going to make it away. But as soon as we finished this, we were going to join at the armpits or underneath the armpits anyway. So what we'll be doing is joining here and here, and then just working in the round the rest of the way in granny stitch. So I'm going to go on and do granny stitch here. And that way it'll all be granny stitch in the other color and it will look good. So I'm going to leave you guys here with these kittens, with this live kitten cam. I'm being really eaten alive here by Marilyn. She's about to do me in. She has the sharpest teeth and claws. You guys see how torn up my arm is? um, but I'll leave you guys here with them for a minute while I go and find a yarn that I think would go with this yarn. Will you stop it? What are you doing to me, baby? What are you doing to me? Look at how precious you are. I love you too much. You're so beautiful. All right, friend, you watch and be nice to these kittens while I'm gone. Do not think any naughty, mean, bossy thoughts. Only think precious, friendly thoughts. Okay? Look at Sunny. Oh my gosh. Oh, can y'all see his face? He looks so precious right now. His pink bits are super pink. Mm. Cute, cute, cute. And look at this belly. That is a warm little pink belly. Oh my gosh, I'm so distracted. Okay, I'll be right back, friends. I'll be right back. You guys watch these cats. Holler if they're doing anything. Let me out. Let me out, buddy. Let's see if I can get out. Ugh. Thank gosh I have decent flexibility. Okay, here we go.
It's a 4th of July sale, 40 to 70% off at Old Navy. Here's Pippa's. Get these deals straight into your basket. T-shirts, tanks, I want to pick and roll dresses, and it's a touchdown at the register. What sport is this? Shopping. Yes. They track every mortgage so you know when to make your moves. Way. Yes, way. Realtor.com tracks local data and spots trends so you know when to make your move.
Okay.
Method removes the complexity and makes the job of
I
something.
think this will be this bit. Let's see. So I have this colorway. What was that one called? Pretty Poison. I don't remember, but it's from my knit style yarn Halloween collection. And we had this murky green. This was like a kit or like a, these were all dyed together. And then you have this, and then you have the black. And the reason this color goes so well is because it has little bits of that limey green in it. So I'm thinking that that would be cute for the bottom granny portion of this shirt because it has all the little bits running through it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And of course, it's attached to this blanket that I'm making, which is a button box throw. But I do have more of this caked up. And what I could do so that I don't even have to cut my yarn. Let's just work from the outside of this ball. And that's what I'm going to do. I think that will be a good plan. We often. All right. So it won't be the most fun keeping it attached, but I just don't feel like cutting it. I don't know. Maybe I should just cut it. And then I can just rejoin it. I think that's what I'm going to do because the paperwork on the outside, especially with these kittens, they're already causing me enough. I love them, but sometimes they're not the easiest knitting partners to deal with. So maybe I've just changed my mind. I'm going to cut the yarn from my button box and this will be good because these are basically the same exact yarns here. Oh my gosh. No, that's not it, Elvis. That's not it at all, Elvis. Okay, where's my little scissors? Do that. Basket and get those out of the way. Wait, okay. All right, so where is my hook? There it is. What she said to do. So we need to make it all the way back across first of all. Ah, hold on, I gotta look at this to see what our count is. I don't know. Now I'm making now I'm second guessing myself. Do I want? It's always so fun to figure out how you want to do things. Well, buddy, can you just please know and do not? And what are you doing? That's not it either. Okay, everybody's got to be cool now. There's a part of me that's just like, should I do one more round of this here? I want to think of how I want to do this. Watch out, baby. What about here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we maybe should do. Hmm. 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 I'm trying to think of how the best way to do this is, babies. I don't know. I think I should change yarn right now because otherwise, I think this is just going to be hideous. So no, I do not want a color change happening in the middle of an important row. You know, guys, you know what I'm talking about? I think y'all know. I do want to just go to cut that out of the way. It's far too long. Okay. I don't usually do knots, but this will be underneath the corner, so it will not be visible anyways. Elvis, what are you doing, buddy? So I think what I might do to make this transition a little nicer is once I connect it, instead of going directly into Granny, since I'm having to start this a little bit early, is to go on and complete this round and then join and do one full round of solid stitching on the body before I transition it over to Granny. That way I don't just have one color change row that's solid and then everywhere on the other side it just starts with Granny. That way you have one and one on both sides. Is that clear as mud? I hope so. I think this will actually be the perfect little yarn because it's also kind of got these little burnt orange, kind of burnt orangey type speckles in it. So it's a gray yarn with like a burnt orange, this kind of limey electric poison green, and then that pretty like black bits going through it. And I actually have the cutest pair of bridges that I love so much that I got from the Goodwill the other day on sale for $3 that I thought might be cute with this, but I was like, well, they're not going to match with this green. But now that we're adding in this that has this, the pants are like a burnt orangey color. So they might work with this. If not, I did pick myself up the cutest little cream colored corduroy capri, um, barrel leg capri corduroys that are so freaking cute too. And those will definitely go because they're just kind of like a off-white. And they're so cute because this is kind of, oversized flowy type of a garment anyways. And those little breeches, I got them at I scored so lucky at Goodwill this last time. I was so pleased with myself. I also got a dark chocolate brown pair of corduroy. Woo! All these pants I got, I was so happy. They were all my size and they were all green tagged, which um for me that day was the half price. So I spent $3.25 on each pair of pants. And they're so cute. But those little white or off white, whatever, corduroy, they're barrel leg capri. So they're kind of that oversized look anyways. And they're real high waisted and they're so cute. The whole vibe of those would go with this very well. So we shall see. No, that's why I can't stop. I was gonna go into my granny here, Donna, but I'm not done with my yoke. I still had one more row for my yoke to be done. So it's not gonna be too deep. It would have been too short if I'd have started my granny. If I'd have connected, it would have been pushing it a little bit. Although with it being oversized, I probably could have got away with my yoke being a wee bit shorter, but I'd rather not risk it. So we're just gonna complete this so that we have the full yoke we're supposed to have. So we get to all watch live to see whether I fly or I fail. I'm always making these kind of decisions on the fly. But this was just really, I wanted to use up some scrap yarn, which is why I grabbed this ball of green. I didn't weigh it. I probably should have, but I don't care really. It's just supposed to be a fun project. And honestly, anything that's granny and crochet to me, I kind of like it to have a little more character. So I think this will be cute. And this winter, if I want, I can put on one of my black thermal Jane long sleeve. They're just called thermal Janes. I buy them to wear underneath my scrubs in the winter because scrubs are not warm. But they're just like leggings and then very fitted long sleeve. But they're like a silky, stretchy material, and I love them just to wear underneath all my garments. So I can throw my black thermal Jane underneath this and wear it in the winter if I want to. But if it does happen to be kind of cool around Halloween, I could do it then too, because this is certainly gonna lend itself to Halloween colors. All right, now. Yay. So this was naturally where we were supposed to end this row anyways. Okay. Yeehaw, we did it. But I'm going to go on and join it. But instead of jumping right into the granny like she recommended, I'm going to do one more row of solid on this. That way I have a row of solid on both. And then once I get to this corner and start here, I will go into granny for my round and round. Okay. Now I just gotta look and see how we're supposed to join this. There first. She said to keep with the same exact patterning. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. So that is that and that. How do I want to do this? Maybe I want to think. Let me think. Let me think. Which this will be fine. If I have those two here, I want those two here too. Okay. Don't we love all of the waffling that I'm doing as I'm figuring out how I want everything to look? Actually, that was the two, and then I need two here. I've got those two there. And let me just think here and now. I think I would rather join them out. That. Two. What are you doing? Yeah. There we go. That's how we'll join. And that's exactly what I'll do on the other side too. Okay. We are getting it fixed up. By golly, by golly. Marilyn, please don't chew on my basket, ma'am. That's going to be so cute. That's going to be so cute, Elvis. Okay. I think, oh, you didn't miss anything, Donna. I'm not even talking that much. I said at the beginning of this that I was going to do my introduction and then I was going to shut up and just work on my project, but I've managed to ramble through intermittently anyway. So just a very casual come and go crafting circle situation happening, which is exactly what I had intended it to be. So I think this is going to work out so good. I am actually super excited. And boy, this getting the yoke done is the longest part because now that we've joined, we won't be doing any more increases. So I am excited to see how this comes out. I'm really kind of glad that I ran out of that other yarn because I would not have thought to grab this. And I do love this colorway so much. Knit style, that's who it is, knit style. I love her little yarns. She curates cute little color schemes. And I know she's had some surgeries on her hand and some different things. I don't know how much yarn she's going to be dyeing while she's waiting on things. And plus, it's summer and people get busy. So, usually, when she throws up a new color palette, I try to run in there and snag because I just think I like her colors. She likes things that I like. So, especially her fall colors, her slutty pumpkin. But I love her that poison pretty I don't remember what is it called, pretty poison. I don't remember the colors. Familiar is the black color. I know that. Wicked Brew. Maybe this colorway is called Wicked Brew, and then the green is pretty poison and the black is familiar. And then I also bought when I bought all of these, I bought another one that was like a kind of a deep red burgundy merlot type of a colorway, and I can't remember what she was calling that one, but I just like her colors. I think they're fun. And if I hadn't ran out of this green, I would not have thought to have grabbed this. And I think it's actually going to be so much cuter now with this additional color added into it. Give it a little more me made, my personality look to it, I think. So I think this is going to be a good. And also, what might be really cute, I said at the beginning that depending on how it looks once I get it done and I put it on, that I might go back in and go around the neckline with just a wee little bit of ribbing. And if I did, which I'd have to do it in this yarn, that would really kind of bring it all together as far as the eye. Um, really giving it that cohesive look, I do believe. I believe that is plenty big enough for my little bony arm. I got little bony arms. I think that will be perfect. This is going to be cute. So if I get it done tonight, which that's the plan, then tomorrow when I do my regular video for the channel and I'm showing off all my finished objects, I'll show this to you guys too. That'll be so cute. Yay, I love to make things. I love to create. It just makes my heart so happy. I love to help the little babies and take care of them. Look at Marilyn. She is just being a darling creature right now. Oh, she's just precious. Oh, yeah. That little baby. She's so sweet. Love her. Her little tail. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to get you wound up. It's okay. I'm sorry. I just can't help it. You're so precious. You're just such a precious little darling. All of these babies are so sweet. Put me on top of a mountain with a bunch of chickens and yarn and kitty cats, some snow on the ground, fireplace. Boy. So you guys let me know below. In the regular comments, it's fine if you don't get it on this live. I obviously did not announce that I was going to be doing that. I just felt like doing it. Do you like this format? Is this okay for you guys? Just this very casual live knit cam kitty cat situation. Not narrated the entire time. Just sit and craft with sometimes talking and sometimes not. Is that okay with y'all? Because I could definitely find myself. This is kind of fun for me. I know I don't have tons and tons of people on, but I'm sure if I, like actually said what I was doing here, not just flying by the seat of my pants as I do, people would have known. But it just feels to me like a little bit like being at an actual knitting podcasty type of a thing. Let's put these together just like I did over there. Knit one, chain one, go through both bits. I do two. Here's two. I want to mimic those sides to be the same. And then I started right in on that. Okay. So I'm going to chain one and I'm going to start my granny stitch now. So I'm going to skip 3. 3. Yay, we're transitioning to the granny. And we'll be granny for the rest of the body, and that'll be really cute. Hopefully it'll kind of help bring in the body a little bit too. Does everybody else talk themselves through what they're doing? It's gonna be so darling. I cannot wait. I don't know what's going on, but man, all of a sudden, of course, I just go through phases like this, but I just feel so inspired to just invent things right now. I've been baking and I have just been coming up with so many recipes and trying out so many different things when it comes to all my sourdough stuff. I made the most amazing sourdough waffles. And I have to be careful with sourdough recipes. There's 1,000 discard recipes, and I can't use any of them, not as they are, because they're literally, take your discard, mix in a bunch of flour, and make something right then and there, which defeats the purpose for me of how I can um, consume sourdough. Um, I have to, the reason I can eat, I have a gluten sensitivity, not, um, I don't have celiac. I'm just sensitive to gluten. If I eat it, I get very inflamed. I get rashes. I get a low grade fever. I just feel like a hunk of junk. So I don't do that. And I can get an upset stomach and it's just not pleasant. It's not something I want to enjoy for myself. Puts me down for a couple of days every time. But I can eat sourdough because it's fermented, which is why I can't do all those discard because they're not, yes, they have some starter in them, but then they just have the regular flour that has not been fermented. But I found a waffle. Now, of course, with most discard recipes, I could, in theory, follow the recipe and then, let it long ferment overnight or whatever, and or long proof, whatever you want to call it, and then do it. Um, I'm sure I could amend things that way, but I did actually find a discard recipe the other day for waffles that used just starter, which was amazing because if do this enough, you will find yourself with quite a bit. And it was wonderful because I had a full, like, pint jar full of discard starter and was able to use it all up on a big, oh, huge batch of waffles for me and my husband and my nephew. And they were delicious. I was really worried. I was like, oh, these are going to be too stout or whatever. They're not. I mean, you just added your eggs, some baking soda, sugar, vanilla. Um, can't remember all the recipe, but there was no just flour in it, no raw flour. So it was so good. And those waffles were delicious. And I have now, I'm like, okay, well, I don't need any other discard. But I did see also that somebody else who is sensitive to gluten and can't just eat a lot of the discard recipes as they are, and was also sharing just some using the starter only. Um, Another recipe that looked really good, and I was like, well, that definitely sounds up my alley. But they just laid out parchment paper and then just poured the starter on and spread it very thin. And then you can do some sea salt or you can do like some ranch powder or you can do some nooch or whatever you like. And then you just have the oven set pretty low and you stick it in and you go for about half the bake time. And then you bring it out and you score it. And then you finish baking it and it turns into, you're basically making your own little Cheez-Its or crackers or whatever from discard. And they look really, really good. And I do miss a Cheez-It. So that sounds great to me. Um, So if I don't want waffles, I guess I could just make myself some little crackers too. So those were pretty easy. And I would imagine that even some really under your more flat starter, even with like hooch and stuff on it, would be great for those crackers because they're going to give them that sharp taste that you would want out of a little cracker like that, like a Cheez-It style cracker. Anyway, I think they will be really good. Oh, I'm so excited for this to be done. I cannot wait to put this on. I think it's going to be so cute. I think it's going to be so me. I'm sure it would not be everyone's cup of tea, but I like fun, weird, loud stuff. I think that's kind of how I am. And I have the perfect pair of glasses to match this top or whatever frames. You guys know, well, some of you know, I wear the pair I wear. So when you see me with different glasses on, it's not, I wear the same pair of glasses. I only have one pair of glasses. I just have 500 top frames to match everything. And I've got a pair of top frames that are this green color. And like black, they're like cheetah print or something. They're so cute. And they are gonna look great with this. I'm gonna have to doctor myself up. I've got some pretty good little 30 scratches right now. I had to put my antibiotic ointment on me from these babies. They got me. Mostly Marilyn here. She has the sharpest of all the claws. I guess if she was out in the wild looking like she does with her little Siamese snowshoe patterning, she would have to defend herself because she's quite precious. Mostly defending herself against all the people that want to pick her up and take off with her because she's that cute.
Yoplait, we always select the best strawberries. Perfectly ripe. That's why our yogurt is so good. Yoplait, America's favorite strawberry yogurt. Chewy is the answer to weight questions. Did I try to have a warm diet for Chewy? Yeah, that's we got to. 3 from hair. Discover broad, smart IPL, and a smart alternative to laser. Enjoy 2 years free from hair and hair removal. Discover broad, smart IPL. Allergies got you trying every trick. Well, Certec, totally. It works fast and lasts a full 24 hours. What are you waiting for? Go seize the day with Certec.
Think about how it is. Do I want to just start spiraling, or do I want to? Hmm. I mean, honestly, I think at least with the spiral, I don't have to worry about any seams anymore. Could be cute. I've deviated from the pattern because of the way that I wanted to switch colors. So I'm having to make some decisions here because I don't have a true starting and stopping point anymore. And I can either make an end of the row now, or I can just spiral, which is what I'm thinking I might do because then I don't have seams. And I can just go as long as I want and finish off underneath an arm, and it should look good. So I think that is what I'm going to do, because that will be pretty good. I can't believe she's nursing those kittens again. She is just good mama. I'm just shocked that she's nursed them this many times. It's her 3rd time nursing in this live stream, which I know this live stream is going long, but they are like 11 weeks old. They don't even have to nurse anymore. Okay. Hi, Sunny. Hey, baby. What are you doing, beautiful, handsome, gracious guy? You're so cute. I love you very much. You're so precious little fellow. I like your big ears and your extra fluff and stuff and your bangs. And there's Hank. Oh, we love Hank. Hank is wee. And he is just a darling creature. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sonny's feeling some kind of way. Okay, I'll let you boys figure it out. Elvis is not gonna mess with y'all shenanigans. He gonna be fluffy over here. Yeah, he just gonna be fluffy right there. And peace. I share. What are you doing, ma'am? Don't bite my yarn. Oh my goodness. I love everybody. You're so precious. You're so handsome. Sweetest little fellow. We gotta find you the best home forever, don't we? Because you are so sweet. Anybody that gets lucky enough to have a Hank, oh my gosh, they don't even know how lucky they're gonna be. Hank is a love bug, a wee little love bug. Hank, you make me want to take a nap. So do you, Cher. You make me want to take a nap also. You're so pretty, girl. Thank you. I love kisses from you, Cher. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Thanks. You're so precious to me. Alright. So I'll take a little snooze-a-roo. Guys, I'm getting sleepy and hungry. I think I'm going to work this to the end of this little round here and call it break time. This has been quite a live streaming event. Where are we at here? Boy, that light's bright. Ooh, we've been going for, it'll be 20 minutes off of 4 hours. Wow. Pretty impressive. Feel like I should have gotten more done. I had distractions. I have excuses here. These guys are distracting. I'll get to the end of the round here and then we'll take a look, see what we've got done and how this is coming along. And then, like I say, keep an eye out tomorrow afternoon. And I should hopefully I've finished this so I can include it in the video, but I want to show you guys some of my finished objects. So look for that video tomorrow. This is frustrating because this specifically says no ads because it's supposed to be a playlist that's no copyright for you to use as background music, but it does have ads. There's not a lot of them, but there's just enough to where I don't want you guys to have to listen to them because they're loud. And okay, I think there we go. Oh, goodness. Oh, we went fast. See, look at me just doing the most. Okay. Let's see how this is looking. I think it's gonna be so cute. Perfect. Let us see, let us see. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see? This is what we are coming up with here. Oh, that's gonna be so cute. And it's just gonna keep a growing and keep a growing. This whole bottom part of the body is done in greeny. So we just have our solid here. And then of course these are our sleeves, our armholes. And now our body is just being worked in granny all the way down until I'm done. And then, like I was saying, depending on how I like it when I put it on, if I feel like I want to add a little ribbing up here, I'll use this contrast color from the body to add some ribbing around the neckline. But other than that, I think this is going to be so cute. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but there's all these pops of that lime green color going through this yarn. All different little blebs of it here and there, which is makes it so fun. I love it. So I will put the link to the pattern down below. Again, this is the Granny Merge blouse. So in case somebody else wants to crochet themselves up a top real quick, you can do that. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, and I hope that you've enjoyed this kind of peaceful, quiet time and we're able to get some work done on your projects as well. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.